I would really like to see what Nolan's interpretation of Helen is. Does he see Helen as a kind of stand-in for Homer, or is she a much maligned individual as often presented? Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia Ma, and I am a postdoctoral fellow at the School of Civic Leadership. I'll argue today that Helen is, in some sense, a representation of Homer within the Odyssey. And now some of the clues for this interpretation appear also in the Iliad, right? The first time that we see Helen, she's in her chambers, and she is weaving a great web, a double-folded robe of crimson. So she's introduced initially as the cause of the war, but also a maker of war images, just like Homer. Combine this with a line from Book 6, her awareness that she and Paris will be made into things for song suggests that the dispute over Helen is, in some sense, not the genuine cause of the war, but rather, contrary to the initial presentation, war is fought for the sake of poetry, or to be understood as war is fought for the sake of glory and understanding. And in Book 4 of the Odyssey, the hero Menelaus recounts to Odysseus' son, Telemachus, the story of the Trojan horse. In that story, Helen, quote, moved by some divine spirit who wished to grant glory to the Trojans, circled the horse 3 times, feeling it, and called out to the Greeks hidden inside, naming them by name, and made her voice sound like the voice of the wife of each of the Greeks. Just as the poet speaks through the variety of characters, Helen reproduces many voices. And so convincing was she that the warriors hidden inside the horse wanted to leap out, right, and to answer her. But Odysseus pulled them back, and he clasped his hand around the mouth of the one who was ready to call back out, thus saving the Greeks. Now, in an important sense, Helen is the one who sees through appearances. She always sees through the guises of the gods and recognizes the hidden realities beneath the appearances. Does it make sense to talk about Helen being a kind of representative of Homer if we're saying, or if some people say, at least, that there might not be such a person as Homer? And I would say that it is precisely that we find within the Odyssey a portrayal of the poetic life, right? The kind of the poet's perspective, right? And also, in some sense, human experience being turned into song is thematic in the Odyssey itself. Even if there is no figure, Homer, there is some poetic mind behind these poems that unify